Welcome to First Look Gnomes.
The podcast where two dads
do steady things.
that know at home
Answers all of your burning questions.
we discuss our first looks.
And don't miss our tips for dads.
Because who wouldn't value tips from us?
Enjoy a good laugh with our collection of bad jokes
And dad jokes.
that will make you groan or maybe even giggle,
And don't forget to share your thoughts in the fish pond of feedback.
where we read and respond to listener comments if you simply email in to firstlookgnomes@outlook.com.
Are we uploading? We're uploading, okay. 99% uploaded. Nice.
Yeah, I've got good internet. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
I've got something here. Do you need a wee?
I'm alright. You need a wee?
I can't hold it.
Sure?
No, it's fine.
No, if you need a wee, go for a wee.
No, with the pressure, it's fine. I'll be good.
If you
I'll be good for the first 15 minutes until we get to tips for dads, and then we'll see. Be fine.
Your hosts for episode 7, Williams and Mr. Hodgkiss.
Oh, 7 is a place on earth. They say at 7, love comes first. We'll make 7 a place on earth. Ooh, episode 7 is a place on earth. Ooh, episode 7 is a place on earth.
Hey!
Voice of an angel.
I particularly liked the commitment you gave to that Williams. So I can see Williams singing this, and the uncomfortableness, if that's even a word, when he does the intro.
It's the instant regret as the record starts. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
We're trying to make people laugh and enjoy life in these dark
times,
crazy times that we live in. Welcome to episode 7, everybody.
Welcome to episode 7. How are you, Mr. Hodgkiss? Have you?
I am okay. We
obviously had a bit of a gap. You've been away.
We did. We had a lovely time. We've had a nice gap. We have had a bit of a break, a refresh. We are all good this end of the pond, Mr. Williams. How are you?
I won't ask you too many questions because I imagine it might be a little first look, maybe.
Well, I mean, we've got to. The whole point of this podcast is to have a first look at things that are happening in the world, things that we may have seen, things that we may have enjoyed. So, yes, in our break, don't ask me too many questions because I may well talk about things that have happened since we last got together, drank beer, and recorded.
Well, the last time you didn't drink beer was episode 6. Yes, episode 6.
Was that a sober episode? Was it?
You weren't feeling very well. So you had you're on the zeros. I was on the beers. I got probably a bit too drunk. Listen back to episode 6. But the next day you text me saying you've got norovirus.
I had the
norovirus. I did a recording with norovirus because it was literally.
Yeah, I remember actually. Yeah, we talked about it because I told you I felt like crap.
Yeah. But you struggled through.
And then all the crap left me over the course of the next 3 days. That wasn't a fun one. I forgot about that.
No, rubbish. I'm going to do something sacrilegious now because it's time for the thirsty first fridge. But I haven't got a clean glass. I'm going to pour it into a slightly Guinnessed pint glass.
You go ahead. Is it a Guinness that you're pouring into it, or is it something else?
No, it's a thirsty first. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Thirsty first. What we got, Miles? What's in the fridge today?
Let's open the thirsty first fridge. The Hop Foundry. Sustainably brewed with surplus Aldi Tiger bread. Toast Brewing. This one's called.
I think I've had this.
Another round brewed in partnership with Toast Brewing. Alcohol percentage at 3.4%. So the wifey has been listening to these podcasts and has obviously doesn't approve my 8% plus drinking.
You do not need to be drinking 8%.
I mean, in theory, so it's brewed with surplus Aldi Tiger bread. I like Tiger bread. I like beer. Yeah, crafted by Toast Brewing with Aldi surplus bakery bread. English Harlequin and Ernest hops give a citrusy burst with notes of peach and passion fruit. So that's where are you going wrong there? Are you adding a bit of peach with bread?
Yeah, you don't want peach bread,
Would
do
you
you?
add peach in your toast?
No, peanut butter maybe, but not peach.
But, so when it says surplus, it means leftover.
Yeah, so stale bread, yeah.
Leftover stale bread, but it sounds better
And
saying
peaches.
surplus. And peaches. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Let's give it a go, Wells.
I mean, if it,
3 point...
I like tiger bread.
Who doesn't?
So
3.4% as well is like the perfect kind of alcohol level for me.
Let's pour it into the.
We were talking earlier about
Drexicans.
the joys of things like John Smith's, because you can have like 3 or 4 and not get too. Woo! Whereas when you drink 8% beers, 2 cans and you do lally. Well, I am. William's not so much. He's tapping the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. He's tapping the bottom.
This content for the listeners is it's amazing.
Gold. It's
Absolute gold. Right. It's a very light beer.
I've noticed though, Williams, out of all the pictures that could have been cut, you've never wanted to give up the thirsty first. You know? Like, should we give up first? Nope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had feedback at some point saying drop it, but we didn't. Same as no or no, but yeah, he's still standing as well.
Oh, the no or no though. Yeah. Apparently, according to some of the feedback,
Ooh,
he's been growing in reputation. So
he's been growing. He's now 2 foot tall.
Hey.
It smells nice. It smells peachy.
He's giving it a sniff. Does it smell like? Can you smell the bread?
No, just peaches.
Does it smell like toast? Ooh. He's not sure.
Nice, but not what I expected.
In what way?
I expected more toast than peach.
Is it more peach than toast?
Yeah. It's alright.
I suppose it's hard to
It's
hard to really kind of put the flavour of toast in a drink, I would imagine. Well, think right as well. Toast. Do you eat toast with why is toast so good? Is it because of your taste buds, or is it because of your sense of smell? It's like toast always you smell toast, don't you?
That's deep.
As much as you taste toast. So like, if the beer doesn't taste like toast or smell like toast, it smells like peaches. You're not going to get the taste of peaches. Are you basically saying your wife is? That is a deep question. Philosophical gnomes. So are you? He doesn't look very happy though. So I'm guessing he's going to blame his wife here. Are you saying?
I'm going to try not to smell it.
Let's try not to smell it, to taste it. Okay, he's holding his nose, ladies and gentlemen.
Tastes better actually.
What's the tastes better? Okay. Yeah. When you can't smell it, it tastes better. So are you saying you're ungrateful and your wife that your wife bought you beer? Is that what you're saying?
I love my wife and it's a nice beer. I was just hoping for a bit more toast. So I
can't believe you've been.
I love tiger bread.
So mean to your wife and she's gone and bought your beer.
But I think the surplus tiger bread is just the sustainable brewing element.
Yeah.
Doesn't really add to the flavour. It's the peaches that's the flavour.
Is it a gimmick, William? Do you think it's just a gimmick?
Perhaps, but also sustainable brewing, which we should all do. Well, once we get some investments from sponsors, please write into firstlooknames@outlook.com. We will launch our own little brewery, First Look Names Brewery.
Well, we could, but I mean, do we have? I mean, I just want to say, why would we need to do our own brewery, and how could we ever compete with the wonderful brewery that is the Whitewater Brewing Co., who make such fine beers as the Belfast Lager and Maggie's Leap, formidable IPA? I mean, there's no point sign for Brewery Wells because they've already perfected it. Just saying, the Whitewater Brewing Co.
A little first look. So this is a bit of a flashback to season 1, I believe it was, one of the
Season
first few
1?
episodes.
I can't remember what happened yesterday. Never mind.
Where I
season
spoke
1.
about, you might remember it, where I spoke about algorithms on Facebook and how it tends to put adverts and things in front of you based on what it thinks your interests are.
I don't remember this, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
You do. And it came up, if you remember, it came up with The Empire Strips Back.
Because of Wookiee erotica.
Yeah, not because of.
Well, because you like to look at...
That came up when you went on the website. You went on the website and there was Wookiee erotica and all sorts of stuff.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it didn't come up because of Wookiee erotica.
I thought you'd just been looking at like sexy blue ladies or something.
No.
That's your Google history, isn't it? Sexy blue ladies with 3 heads and long limbs.
But this week, Mr. Hodgkiss, it came up. The Empire Strips Back, London.
So
it's coming over from Las Vegas to London. I put us on the waiting list. If we get tickets, we're going.
Get your lightsabers ready.
Get your lightsaber ready. We're going to see stormtroopers.
Sexy stormtroopers.
And blue ladies.
Jabba the Slut.
Can.
Very good. That'll be interesting then. I mean, they must have some. I mean, you know, like you hear about OnlyFans, don't you? And all these weird people, like loads of was it Kate Nash?
I mean, you made a fortune from your feet, haven't you?
I have. Well, it's because of my 7 toes. Yeah. People just like that. Yeah. No, let's not go there. The Kate Nash though, like the singer, she said to fund her tour. She was effectively posting pictures of her arse on OnlyFans. Right. And Lily Allen is making a fortune from selling pictures of her feet and stuff. And
really?
And you think, okay, there's clearly some weird people out there who are willing to pay for some weird fetish stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that Star Wars, what's it called? Star Wars?
The Empire Strips Back.
That's a great name. The Empire Strips Back has clearly got enough fandom that it can come to London from Las Vegas and actually take this on tour blows my little mind. I mean, as my good wife would say, it's just another thread out of the fabric of society. All I can say is but well, yeah. Well, I look forward to going there with you, Els.
Lovely. I'll update you. No more. First look, Mr. Hodgkiss.
Okay, so mine's a fairly, kind of serious in many ways. One that
oh gosh,
we shouldn't make light of, but at the same time, holy moly. So my first look, Williams. For long-term listeners, you'll know that I am based in Belfast, in Northern Ireland. For anyone who didn't or has never listened to this before, we apologise, and I am from Northern Ireland.
To those that won't listen to us again.
They may never. But since our last recording, Williams, we got battered. And I mean battered by Storm Eowyn.
Oh, Storm Eowyn, was it?
Storm, Eowyn, spelled Eowyn. We got battered by Storm Eowyn. So we've had storms before. We've faced storms, but not like this. We knew this was bad we were in for it when they cancelled school and all the shops were like, we will not be open. We are putting up boards and closing shops and everything. So we're like, okay, cool. Okay, this is going to be bad. So then we got told we knew it was coming on a Thursday night. We're like, okay, here comes the storm. We got told our kids' school was closing, and we got told all the local shops were closing and to make sure you've got enough things in. So on Thursday night, I went to make sure we had some coal for the fire in case we lost power, batteries for the torches, all that kind of stuff. We go to bed. It's all nice and calm. 5 o'clock in the morning, we are woken up with the sound of crashing and glass smashing.
Oh, gosh.
And because we were on a corner, all you could hear around the house was this and it was like, what the hell was that? It was the wind whipping around the building.
I hate wind. I have wind anxiety.
You would have pooped your pants. Yeah. So Brayden wakes up. We wake up and we look out the window, and it's pitch black, but there's just enough light from one of the street lamps where you can see the trees. Do you know, in America, they have those car garages with those kind of inflatable people that fly their arm? The trees were moving like that. We're like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And they were going from side to side. And we're like, what's that crashing noise? So I decided to get up. I was like, right, I need to go and investigate what's broken, what's being smashed. But the storm's still going on.
Yeah. You put your pants on.
I was in my pants, luckily, but I went outside. I put on my my pajamas and I went outside. I opened the door to go outside, and it was like the apocalypse. You're like, okay, I'm in the house. It's nice and quiet. You open the door.
Like in the movies, yeah.
It was like in the movies, and I tried to walk outside. It was one of those things like. If the music of John Williams from the end of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom had been playing, as I tried so valiantly to just walk out of my front door, it would have been brilliant. Anyway, so I go outside and everything's going. I'm like, that's what's making the noise. Our shed roof has blown up.
Oh no!
So our shed roof was made of corrugated steel sheets.
Was it
Four of the
shed
buggers.
or that side?
Yeah, the office, like the garden pod thing. So it's not even like just a kind of a 500 quid shed. This is like proper, like purpose built garden pod. Three and a half meter long corrugated sheets had been ripped off. I'm telling you, the screws are about. The screws that were holding it down.
It's crazy the power,
were like
isn't it?
Insane power. Were like 3 inches deep and thick as well. Like all 10 mil 3-inch screws. Yeah. Just ripped off. So these corrugated steel sheets, which are massive and heavy, and have got screws sticking out of them, are blown around. I'm out there in my pajamas and my vest, trying to wrestle these sheets. But they're still half kind of attached.
You should have left it,
and they're just flopping around. Well, yeah, I thought, but my concern was they're going to blow into the road, and then they're going to cause some real damage. So I was like, right, I need to somehow get these out of the way and out of danger. Now, bearing in mind, so the thing is at the side of our house, the shed and the sheets, but the wind's still going. So then the roof tiles start falling off the top of the house, the actual roof, just where I'm stood. So you got this you got this concrete stuff on the floor. I'm like, yeah, this isn't safe. What are we gonna do? So I did. I was like, right, kind of put them just down the side, wedge them so that they can't really blow anywhere. Get back in the house. Got back in the house. So then all you could hear was this out at the side of the house. And you're like, oh, okay, and then the wind and all that. You're like, okay. So we stood in the house. We wait there for a few hours. It gets to 8 o'clock. My wife's a nurse. She's like, I've got to try and get into the hospital today because, people still need treatment for things and whatever.
More so probably with the storm going on.
Yeah, more so. So I'm like, okay, what are we going to do here? So all the shops are shut. So we know there's. I'm like, okay, the shed. We know we have no roof. It's raining. I'm like, what are we going to do? Because I need to try and save now the pod. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So luckily, thank the good Lord in heaven, Screwfix decided to open at 2:30 in the afternoon. Leslie got to work okay. So I said, right, keep me in the loop when you get to work, etc., etc. Only about a third of the staff were able to get in. Yeah. Thankfully, she got word this week that the hospitals are paying the staff who couldn't make it in anyway for the staff, so they're not kind of persecuting them for the fact that they couldn't get into work. So I was like, good on you, NHS. That's a good move. And she got in okay, and she got home okay. So I was meant to be working that day. Obviously, had to tell all my American compatriots, sorry. Took some videos, which I think did I send you a video of this? And some of the damage. And I mean, we were quite lucky, really. So we lost some roof tiles, we lost some concrete, we lost the roof, but some of the property damage was mind blowing. There were trees that had fallen through houses and all sorts going on. So it was a proper mess. But by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it had really settled down. Yeah. And Screwfix, God bless you, people of Screwfix, opened up at 2:30. So if anybody needed stuff to kind of do any repairs, they could. So we were able then to go and get some tarpaulin and the things we needed and able to kind of put a temporary roof on over the shed. Now, by this point, a lot of water got in and through. So okay, but it was only water damage, nothing too serious. So we were quite lucky. But Leslie got to work. Brain had his day off school, so he was happy. And yeah, basically it was just I've never experienced a storm like it. So yeah, Storm Eowyn. Our first look at one of these, like it was a record breaking storm. There's like 250,000 people lost power, so we were really lucky. So our whole village lost power, apart from our little part of our street. So the whole of where we live was completely knocked out, but our little quadrant just at the edge of the village kept power on. So I was like, that's lucky. And the rest of the power to the place was out for like 3 days. So we were lucky there. But yeah, I've never experienced anything like it in all my days. My mum and dad's house got damaged. My father-in-law's house got damaged. So yeah, storms. Tips for dads.
Tips for dads.
Well, yeah, tips for dads. Tips for dads. Get your tips out for the dads. Right, well, tips for dads this week. I thought after dealing with the storm and having to be all manly and get up on a roof and put some top down and got to buy some new stuff. Yeah, so honest to goodness, like no joke aside, Leslie got home from work. It got dark at like 3:45, and when she got home, so we were. It was a 2-person job because this thing's like it's 14 foot wide by like 10 foot, and I was like it was still windy enough, so like you're trying to get a tarpaulin sheet over the top of it, and all it does is blow back in your face. So I was like, this is a 2-person job, and we had to do all these things. But I thought because of this, we were very lucky that we had the right tool. So my tips for dads, I decided to compile a list of 5 tools that you need in your shed as a dad. And like I've got a number 1, so I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And I give a bit of a explanation as to why as a dad you need this. So in number 5, William. In number 5, a really good torch.
Torch, yeah, very good.
A really good torch.
Yeah, always let you know where your torch is as well.
Well, absolutely. I decided to invest in a good torch, like one of these ones that comes in a box. And we've loved using it because like it's insanely powerful. So I can be in the kitchen or kind of just in the side, and I can look right at the end of the garden with like this insanely powerful spotlight. It's one of these ones where it's so powerful you hold it up and it looks like a lightsaber, but it's a lightsaber that goes to the moon.
Do you pretend it's a lightsaber?
We have. Brain and me have both pretended that we've had the lightsaber. But it's essential, like for fixing crap in the dark. Yeah. And I've also found another good use for it. So when your kid wants you to look under the bed, you just blind them. What's your just blind your kid as you look under the bed with a torch. It's quite funny.
Blind your kid. Okay.
In number 4, tarp or tarpaulin, because you never know when your fucking shed roof's going to blow off.
Yep.
So good piece of tarp. Number 3, a crowbar, because crowbar, because no matter how DIY, a crowbar makes you look like a badass.
It does.
If you're a man, even if you're useless with tools, when you have a crowbar in your arms, you just look cool. There's no way your wife can't be like, "Ooh, take me now," when you've got a crowbar in your hands. So yeah, crowbar for nothing else than looking cool.
Number 2.
I really thought about this one, Williams.
So far.
This one.
I need to make them torch more powerful, I think. But apart from that,
get a good torch, Miles. Get a good torch. I can give you some tips on that. This one, because of our age, a good fold-up camping chair. Because as a dad,
I haven't got one of those.
Oh, trust me, right? With Logie Bear, you're going to be going out all the time. Yeah. All the time to places. And occasionally, you just need to whip out the camping chair. Yeah. Because it's just, who doesn't like to sit down? No. Sitting on the floor's rubbish. So a good folding camping chair, one that's really good and sturdy and quite comfortable to sit in, especially one that's got like cup holders and stuff. Good camping chair. So that's number 2. But number 1, Williams. Really good, proper, badass duct tape. the good stuff, like the Gorilla duct tape. So, like, and I tell you for why. Because there's nothing it can't do. Because we couldn't get the tarpaulin, we only had one ladder. So we weren't tall enough to get up there and get the tarpaulin over the shed. So we were like, you know what we need to do? We need to kind of attach something and throw like a lasso over, like a rope, and throw it over and pull it over. But we didn't have a rope. We had a rock. We had a hole in the tarp. We had to make a rope out. I was like, what can we use? I was like, let's just use the duct tape. Made a rope out of duct tape. Lassoed this rock over. I was
Genius.
like, attach. Threw it over to Leslie Ann. She caught it. She pulled the rope. It was attached to the rope. We pulled the duct tape.
Hit your wife on the head in the stone.
We got the tarpaulin over the roof, and it was all thanks to the duct tape.
Genius.
So it was. I was like, and then what else? We held it. We used then duct tape to kind of temporarily hold corners down while we added staples and drilled bits in. And I was like, duct tape. And like really good, proper good duct tape. I was like, yeah, can't go wrong with it. You know, if you've your kid's toys broken, duct tape. Something broken in a bit of plastic broken on a washing machine, duct tape. It's just good stuff. So those are my tips for dads. 5 things you need. I mean, I know there's better tools out there, but just make sure you got those 5, and you can probably achieve anything.
Very good.
Right then.
I'd a little tip.
Oh, you got a little tip as well.
Yeah, I always try to think of a little tip.
Little tip.
Just the with toddlers. This is more for toddlers, especially 2-year-olds, as we have. Don't say goodbye. Don't say goodbye to them. So when you've got a good friend of ours was around babysitting, we were going out for the evening.
Oh.
Don't say goodbye to them. Don't say goodbye. They won't know you're gone. What you should do is just go. Just go.
Just go.
If you say goodbye, they're like, well, I am a character on that, and I said goodbye. Logan's fine. He's like, bye-bye, waving away. but then when the mum said goodbye as well, you can see the cogs ticking. There's like, hang on.
The person who looks after me is going. What's going to happen to me?
You're both going. I'm not. And then tears and screaming, and then you're leaving the house with a screaming child in the background.
Oh, no.
Which is quite difficult. But if you don't wave goodbye and just go when they're having fun, doing what they're doing, they won't mind.
They don't know there's a change of circumstances.
So don't.
Mum must be able to...
Don't say goodbye. Don't say goodbye.
That's a really good tip, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very sensible tip.
Unless you're going away for 2 weeks or leaving them for good, maybe say goodbye. But yeah, so I went to I walked to the office and start my day. Open the door, look to the right, and it was the size of a bird. It was the size of a bird, and it had 8 legs. And in the corner, this massive, massive spider.
Mm.
Right? Huge. What did I do, Mr. Hodgkins?
I'm hoping you did what most sensible people would do, which is get a glass.
You're funny.
Get a glass, cover it, get some paper underneath, and chuck it in the garden.
That is one scenario. I did not do that.
Are you not scared? Are you scared of spiders?
Try scenario B.
Oh, I need to know though. Are you scared of them or not scared of them?
No, I mean this one was big, so you couldn't really do much of it. You couldn't really kill it without
making a mess.
Bones, it literally had bones. It was that big.
So what did you? You probably did you get
and you couldn't move it. It wouldn't fit in a glass.
Not a pint glass.
Just in a pint glass. Just.
Okay, so if that's, did you squeal? Did you go?
No. So there was a couple of days where I just lived with it in the office.
Yeah. Did you get one of them like really? You know those things you can get the spider grabbers that kind of trap it. They're like you can get
again, quite a sensible idea.
No. Did you try and flick it with a towel or something stupid?
Try to enter my brain, Mr. Hodgkiss.
Your brain would be, I need a pasty. There's a spider here. Or Kelly Brook calendar, spider pasty. Did you get your Kelly Brook calendar and try and flick it off the wall whilst eating a pasty and singing a song by the Wurzels?
No, that's still quite a sensible answer.
Compared to what you did. Oh, God, okay. I'm interested.
I'll give you a clue. I'm an Amazon panic buy.
Okay. How much did you get a fish tank for it? Something stupid.
Not far off.
Go on then. Keep the suspense. What did you do?
I bought a lemon tree.
A lemon tree? To try and deter it? Did you Google what the spider's not like, and you're like, oh, they don't like the scent of lemon? I'll get a lemon tree.
Yeah.
You numbskull.
So now I'm a proud owner of a lemon tree. Never had a lemon tree before, so I've got a little lemon tree in the office called Snicket, Lemony Sticket.
Will it survive in the office? Got to ask that question.
No, probably not. No, this is meant to have lots of sunlight.
Because they're not native to Cornwall, lemon trees, really.
Not at all, but it's still surviving at the moment.
And what happened to the spider?
You need to get lots of water, lots of sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
The spider's gone somewhere, so maybe it worked. Actually,
you get the lemon tree work then.
Yeah,
unbelievable science.
There you
Science
go.
Works.
Tips for dads: get a lemon tree for big spiders.
Brilliant.
But yeah, so now I'm a proud owner of a lemon tree.
Very good. And was it a lemon tree with fruit already on it?
It was actually, yeah. Yeah, so we've...
Very good.
The wife has already had a few gin and tonics with the fresh lemons.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to... Actually, looking at it now, I think there might be something getting ready to sprout. Is that the right word? Ready to blossom into a little lemon... What's a baby lemon called? A lemon.
A lemon.
A little lemon. So yeah, I'll keep you updated if you like.
Make sure it gets that sunlight though, Wells. And heat in the sunlight.
Yeah, so I can keep the office fairly warm. It's by a window, but the blinds usually closed. I might let it out in the spring. Now spring has sprung. I might take it outside for a bit. We start getting the sunshine. It's too cold at the moment. My first look at a lemon tree.
That's lovely. What a nice thing to get. My wife bought me a rowan tree for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one of those?
So it's like it's a tree with when it grows, it gets red berries. And we now have like a front garden, a back garden. And for anyone who, I may have said this on the podcast before, I am into my gardening. And I want to grow some trees and stuff. So she bought me a rowan tree. So I'm quite excited. It's only a little baby one.
Yeah.
It should grow over the next 10 years. It should, God willing,
if you
grow really nice if I
yeah.
nurture it well. So that was fun. I got to pop that out in early this year. And I'll tell you something else, Williams. You'll like this one. I forgot about this. I went to I bought some just on the subject of growing and things. I bought some onion sets.
Right.
I don't know if you know what onion sets are, but it's basically
onions, like seeds, right?
So onion, you can grow onions from seeds. So I have grown onions from seeds.
Right. Yeah.
A fantastically easy thing to grow, wonderful thing to grow. You get such good value out of growing onion seeds.
Yeah.
Onion sets are they've already grown, so they come about 1 centimeter, and it's basically a 1 centimeter baby onion.
Okay.
And you just set them into compost and let them go. So you plant them now, and by November,
cute little baby onions.
So you get 150 for like £1. That's 150 onions for £1. So it's like less than a penny an onion.
Yeah.
Obviously, you won't be able to harvest them until probably about November.
Yeah.
But it's good. So I bought some the other day, and they were from Lidl. And I was like, I was shopping, and I was like, that's fantastic value. I'll get those. And I took them to the counter, and God bless the woman on the counter. She's like, I've never seen onions that small. What are you going to do with them? How do you cook them? And I was like, I was like, I said, oh no, you don't put these like opinion sets. You grow them on, like it was very funny. And she's
I
like,
suppose you wouldn't know.
you wouldn't know, no, unless you're into it, you wouldn't know, would you?
Yeah,
but it was funny because she was like, that.
Imagine you having little baby onions on.
Yeah, you can see the complex. You can see how she's
frying little baby onions.
Yeah, do you eat these with the skin on? Like they're so small, you surely can't peel these. I'm like, no, you don't peel them. But it was very funny, made me giggle. So yeah, lemon trees, rowan trees, onions.
A lot of listeners are now worried how cultured we are. Right.
Are we too cultured? Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe. Yeah.
We dabble in culture, don't we, Williams? We just dabble in it occasionally.
We do. So we'll just end on dad joke of the month, shall we?
Dad joke of the month. Hit me, Williams. Hit me.
Hit you. So I've had a little career change, Mr. Hodgkiss. I'm now dedicating my whole life to finding a cure for insomnia. I won't sleep until I find it. Hey! Until next time, listeners, we'll see you on episode 8.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
What we're going to do, because I need to try and save now the pod. All I can say is...